It is the sheer scale of this disaster that is so confronting. Not a train wreck, a car pile-up or a capsized ferry, but a force so overwhelming that happy tourists enjoying the first dip of the day vanished beneath the waves, thousands of them. Thai villages like Nam Kem obliterated, 2,000 lives lost here alone. On the island of Phi Phi, the tropical paradise was a cadaver-strewn hell. Heavy machinery had to be brought in to recover the mainly foreign dead. And it is the smell that lingers after the bloated bodies have been removed. It sticks with you, on your clothes and your nostrils. You can even taste it. How terrible for the police and volunteer workers that have to wade through the piles of rotting humanity, looking for clues as to who these people were.
They will never leave me. I have to say, I've been around a number of war zones and crisis situations in my time, but I have to say that yesterday was just one of the most overwhelming experiences I've ever had.
It is the living that make the loss of loved ones so unbearable, like this German woman still hoping her 5-year-old son had survived.
I'm still hoping that Tim is somewhere in the hospital and can't talk and is just unconscious or whatever, so that we're still hoping.
How long will you stay here?
Well, we decided to stay here until we find him, but I don't know if we can do that. So I don't know, a few more days, because I don't want to go home without him.
But that is what so many have had to do, like Rod and Terry Emerson here in Phuket to find missing sister and cousin Kim.
The hardest part's talking to family, to my immediate family, Mum and Karen, my sister, and Nicole, my wife, and my 2 boys. They ask you, the kids don't understand, and they'll just say, Dad, can you bring him home?
Tragically, Queenslander Craig Baxter's family and friends did get their answer, his body identified by his distinctive tattoos. For hour after hour, Wan Baxter sits by her husband's coffin. She refuses to leave Craig's side, the Queenslander she married just last March, the father to her unborn child. She's 4 months pregnant.
I love Craig. I want to stay with him forever.
There are many homes all over the world where bedrooms will be as empty as the survivors.
It's our 6th time here, so I guess I'll never come back.
Well, we very much hope that you have some good news soon.
I hope so too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been just as bad for the Thais, and even where the carnage has not been total, up and down the coast, the effect will linger for years. In the fishing village of Rawai, life depends on the sea. Now there are precious few boats left on the water. The ocean that has sustained these people and generations before them has suddenly and violently robbed them of their future. Ari Fongsaten looks out to a sea he no longer trusts. His boat smashed by the waves, he and his family were lucky to survive. But a new boat would cost $700, which is $700 more than he's got.
I no have boat. I stop. Cannot go fishing, and the boat broken.
No boat, no money, no food.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, instead of fishing, the men wait restively on land, unsure of what happens next. And even if they were catching fish, there's little demand. This small haul is from another island, but people everywhere are reluctant to buy because they worry the fish may have fed on the bodies of the dead. Now independence has become simply dependence. The children clamour for a small packet of food. The women in the village wait patiently for the aid packages. They're from the Red Cross and the King. It's appreciated. People would starve without it. But there's great uncertainty about the future. It all comes down to boats. The beach is littered with the skeletal remains of people's livelihoods. Some simply sunk at their moorings. The fishermen do what they can, but the challenge is enormous. This is the only full-time boat builder in the village. He used to have a steady job. Now demand on his skills make it impossible. There are simply too many here to repair. 68-year-old Win Haidathong was injured when he was swept out of his boat and smashed his legs on rocks. He told me he's frightened. It would take him months to get a new boat. But even though he's terrified to go back to sea, he has to because it's the only way he can earn a living. Everyone here knows it's much worse in places like Aceh in Sri Lanka, where even if there were boats, there are few fishermen alive to sail them. But that's little compensation for a village unused to being dependent on handouts, where there's no certainty the old cycles of fishing and family will settle back into their comfortable rhythms. The future depends on boats and on conquering the new fear of the sea, money and confidence. Ari has run out of both. There is one final thought. It takes a dramatic event for a dramatic response. Pledges of billions for relief and reconstruction, as it should be. But thousands, especially children, die of preventable diseases in poor countries around the world every day. There are no cameras or special appeals. It's how you die, it seems, that determines how the world responds.